What's up guys, Shastru here and welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Journeys anime discussion video. Today I'll be talking about episode 49, which is titled Chloe and the Mysterious EEVEE. This episode is the final episode before a long break for the anime, and you know what? I can say that this episode leaves me hopeful and worried at the same time, but let's get into the summary. This episode started off with Go and Chloe heading to school. Supposedly, Go promised their teacher that whenever there is a test, he'll go to school, and it looks like he'll be keeping that promise today. At the school, Go has to leave Sobble and Cinderace at the Pokemon Park at the school while they are at school. Well, at first it was only Sobble, but Cinderace was brought out to take care of Sobble because Sobble needs parenting. Anyway, time to introduce a special Pokemon. We first see EEVEE looking at a whole bunch of evolutions. As we see her look around, EEVEE starts trying to mimic some of the evolutions seen, one being a Sylveon, where EEVEE tripped while prancing like a Sylveon, and another being a Vaporeon, where EEVEE tried to swim, but she fell under. Don't worry, she's fine. We got to see some lab assistants, assumingly, run some tests on EEVEE. This is because this EEVEE is special. No matter what they do, they just can't get this specific EEVEE to evolve, even using the stones. EEVEE leaves the laboratory after being left in the lab upon seeing Yamper out for a little stroll. Yes, that Yamper. Apparently Yamper was out because Ash was taking Yamper on a walk and, well, Yamper just ran. EEVEE was mimicking Yamper's movements, and soon Yamper and EEVEE became friends. All of this happened outside of the laboratory, which means that the people at the lab are going to be trying to find EEVEE. Once they saw where EEVEE was, the chase began. Yamper and EEVEE run as fast as they could away from the lab assistants. Ash saw this chase happen while looking for Yamper and decided to follow them because, well, Yamper was right there. Of course he would follow them. They end up stopping at an entrance of the Pokemon school. Yamper is able to pinpoint this because Yamper smelled some of Chloe's scent here. EEVEE and Yamper head in there and follow the scent. Remember that there was a test happening today? Well, yeah, Go and Chloe were in the middle of a test. Out of nowhere though, Chloe hears something outside. It was more like Wampa Wampa and sees through the window Yamper barking at her. She awkwardly stands up and asks to be excused. Chloe heads outside to see that Yamper has brought an EEVEE into the garden, and as soon as she saw the lab assistants crying out for EEVEE with a net, she decided that it would probably be a good idea for them to not be taking EEVEE. She hides in the bushes with EEVEE and Yamper, where she called Go. Go came out and understood the situation pretty quickly. Well, okay, maybe not quickly. Go asked a few EEVEE related questions, but soon Chloe was able to get Go to see the hint and to see the lab assistants running about for EEVEE. Go distracts the lab assistants while Chloe just takes a run for it. Meanwhile, Ash stumbled upon the Pokemon school while chasing Yamper, obviously, and went inside, realizing it was Go and Chloe's school. When going in, he sees a group of people trying to take Pokemon from the Pokemon Park, where Cinderace and Sobble were. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that? Team Rocket is here again, stealing Pokemon, you know, the whole shebang. Anyway, Ash sees this and tried to stop them, but it looks like Ash got in a little pitfall trap and, you know, he got stopped. He's not going to be stopping them anytime soon, at least. Chloe and Go arrive on the scene and had to stop when Team Rocket was in the way. Looks like they were sandwiched in between the lab assistants and Team Rocket. Chloe yells at the assistants to get away from EEVEE, but this is where they realize it was a whole misunderstanding, as they weren't trying to be bad guys. Instead, they were from an EEVEE research lab, and they were researching this EEVEE. Well, we still have a group of bad guys here, finally revealing themselves as Team Rocket. They bring out the infamous Gotcha Machine, and well, nothing comes out of it, forcing Pelipper, the Pokemon that brings the Gotcha Machine, to them to fight in its stead. Yamper started the fight against Pelipper but was overpowered pretty quickly. Seeing this, EEVEE jumped into the battle to help Yamper, doing a combo attack with Yamper. Yamper was preparing to use Spark, and EEVEE mimicked Yamper once again to use an electric move as well, being Sparked due to Copycat. In the end, Pelipper was defeated, and Team Rocket as well, as Team Rocket was swiftly blasted off by Pikachu. With Pokemon saved, the work has been done. The EEVEE Research Lab assistants and Professor Cerise apologized to each other about the misunderstanding and headed off their separate ways. Yamper looked sad, and though it may not mean much, Chloe stared as she saw them leave. After bonding with Chloe so much, EEVEE decided that it wanted to stay with Chloe as EEVEE turns around and jumps into Chloe's arms. The EEVEE Research Lab allows that EEVEE can be taken care of by Chloe, and well, Go hands Chloe a Pokeball afterwards, paving the way for Chloe's first capture, making her a Pokemon trainer. After this, Chloe gets her own Rotom and a Rotom phone and tells EEVEE that they can take each step together. And this is where the curtains close and the episode comes to an end. So, yeah, like I said, this is the last episode before a pretty long break for the Pokemon Journeys anime. I'll talk about my future hopes in a later video, but this video should be all about this episode of Pokemon Journeys. You know, I really like this episode. I mean, you know me, guys. I'm a sucker for Q. And EEVEE is just so damn adorable this episode. I think this is what they were aiming for, but damn, that gave points to this episode in my head, just seeing EEVEE cute. Talking about EEVEE though, EEVEE was the main attraction to this episode, as we knew that EEVEE was going to be caught by Chloe. EEVEE honestly had a nice introduction, and I really enjoyed how the anime portrayed the evolution problem that EEVEE has. They don't really know why EEVEE doesn't evolve, but they do have those suggestions. Their connections did connect when we look at EEVEE at the beginning, mimicking some of the evolutions. Maybe it really can't decide on what it wants to evolve to, but we won't know till probably later. The common theory with this, and the obvious one, is that this EEVEE is capable of Gigantamaxing. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, you can get an EEVEE that is capable of Gigantamaxing. The only thing really different with this EEVEE and the other EEVEEs is, well, it can Gigantamax, and it can't evolve, mostly because it has a Gigantamax form, and the game probably doesn't want to rid you of a Gmax form. But is this a sign for Gmax EEVEE in the anime? Possibly. I just don't really connect Chloe with Gigantamaxing at all. Maybe for like big battles once in a while if she's a part of it, but I don't know how to feel that a Gigantamax form is possibly in the hands of Chloe, someone who I just feel would like not use it. To be fair, Ash never has a chance to Gigantamax Pikachu, so I'll let this slide for now. Go had a few moments in this episode. One, he went to school. That was kind of insane, not gonna lie. I'm happy he wasn't a dropout, or he isn't a dropout, and he looked really determined when taking the test. So seeing this part of Go just made me a lot more grateful for Go. Yes, he misses school, but that promise to be there when there is a test, at least he's showing some effort. I also love that Go brings up catching Pokemon to Chloe. I loved that the whole beginning sequence just reflected Chloe and Go's personalities like pretty perfectly. More so Go being as decisive as can be right now, and Chloe not so much. Speaking about Chloe, Chloe was also a main attraction in this episode because she caught EEVEE and had a wild ride doing it. Once she saw EEVEE, she protected EEVEE as far as she could, and I believe that shows so much in itself. As we've seen Chloe more and more in the Pokemon Journeys anime, we've also seen her connection with Pokemon grow stronger and stronger, mostly with Yamper and Pidove that one time, but you know. Seeing this with another new Pokemon is great because it makes it feel like we're entering a new era titled Hope. I don't want to talk about my worries about this for Chloe quite yet. Honestly, I have a lot of worries for Pokemon Journeys right now, and I just want to talk about this episode in its entirety first, and I want to give Chloe the credit she deserves here. Good on her for finally becoming a Pokemon trainer. This is the thing that the fan base has been waiting for a while now, and the anime finally delivered it in some way, even though it was an EEVEE like we've seen many times before. I'm not gonna complain about it. I love EEVEE as a Pokemon, and cute moments in the anime are bound to open up because of it. What I think was craziest about Chloe's development in this episode is how she acted when just taking care of EEVEE. Seeing that care from Chloe like back when we saw Pidove in the anime, I think it just sparked a lot of happiness into me. Another big moment for Chloe this episode, which ties into the first one, in my personal opinion, is how she connected with EEVEE. I think that was just an overall great experience for Chloe, and great experience for us for the last episode in Journeys of the Year. And seeing her connect so well with EEVEE, it just made me really hopeful that the two of them can find themselves together. One of them supposedly doesn't know what to evolve into according to the EEVEE Evolution Research Lab, and the other, well, doesn't know what path to take due to the pressure of others. It's a good step for them, and I think watching them grow together and take each step with each other is gonna be a journey. Yeah, it's because Pokemon. Anyway, Chloe's smile after EEVEE jumped into her arms just sent me places, though. Oh my gosh, that made me happy. Also, yeah, the Team Rocket was there. The gacha machine was broken, so maybe that's the beginning of the end for the gacha machine. I wouldn't count on it, but that would be a little nice, don't you think? You know, after all the hate that thing gets. But yeah, that's all I got for Team Rocket. Overall, this episode was a good way to head into the break. It hit all the notes it needed to, and I'm glad it did because Chloe deserves that. Seeing the love that Chloe and EEVEE give each other just warms my heart. Not only that, but the problems the two of them face connect really well. It's like EEVEE was a missing puzzle piece for Chloe's character. Though I feel like the episode did put in a few things that I feel didn't add too much to the whole overarching plot for this episode, such as Ash being there at all, or maybe even a little Team Rocket minus the battle, but I guess that's a build-up. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting the like button because that is super highly appreciated. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. What do you guys think about this episode, and what do you guys want to see during the break? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace out.